So what's up people, and welcome to another Warframe video. So I just wanted to make this quick video to thank DE with regards to this endless Kuva survival mission, and I just wanted to ask other people what they felt about it. For me, I think this is a godsend, and the reason I feel this way is because I really didn't like all the other types of Kuva missions out there, and so because of that I wasn't particularly collecting Kuva all that much. But this mission is actually pretty nice. Now the mission itself of course occurs in the Kuva fortress in Taveuni, I think is how you pronounce it. Basically the survival mission in the Kuva fortress, and it's a typical endless survival mission, except that from what I can tell, it feels like a survival mission and an excavation mission put together. Now the mission starts out just like any other survival mission, where of course you have to set off the alarm to distract the enemy, and then of course the usual life pods start coming out. And of course this is on the Kuva fortress, so all the enemies are your typical Kuva enemies. Now what's interesting is, you know, just like with the other survival missions, you're just sitting there trying to get all these life support pods by taking out the enemy. And of course eventually if you run out of life support, then you could turn on the life support towers, of course, to gain back some of your life support points to continue to go on. So this is just like any other mission. But the interesting thing is these some of these enemies, as you can see, drop these red Kuva cylinders, and once you start gathering enough towers, then actually it's worthwhile to start using these cylinders to use the towers to collect Kuva, basically. So instead of using the towers to bring back your life support points, what you do is you use the towers to collect Kuva. So what you want to do is you want to eventually have enough towers so that basically you could collect Kuva, and then of course you could later on use the other towers to restore your life support points. So yeah, it's kind of like an excavation mission at the same time as a survival mission. Now eventually, if you have enough of these towers that you don't have to worry about life support, then you could pick one of these cylinders up and run right near the life support tower, and it turns into a Kuva tower. And while it's a Kuva tower, it only gives you like 30% of the life support that you would typically get from the standard life support tower. So you're not going to get a lot of life support while it's collecting Kuva. But the whole point is at this point you're not using it as a life support tower. You're kind of protecting it the way you would excavation tower. And basically you just have to wait for it to complete gathering all of the Kuva that it's supposed to do. And of course, just like with anything else, the timer runs down, and once it runs down to 0, then it tells you that it's collected Kuva. And if you can protect it until it collects Kuva, then what you get is basically 200 Kuva points. And so that's actually, for me, pretty good, because like I said, I don't like collecting Kuva any other way. And so this is a really nice way of collecting Kuva, and it doesn't really take all that long, as you can see here. Now, unlike an excavation mission, if you complete the Kuva tower, then you don't particularly get any reward associated with the Kuva. You only get the Kuva. You know, of course, in an excavation mission, you get 100 cryotics, and you also get some sort of reward for completing or letting the excavator complete the excavation. Here, you know, if you let the Kuva tower complete the collecting of the Kuva, then you only get 200 Kuva. But for me, again, I'm not here to go after prize or rewards. I could do that with other endless missions. I'm just here to collect basically Kuva, and so this is actually pretty good for me. And of course, just like with any other survival mission, if you pass every 5 minutes, then you do get a reward for you know, surviving here for a certain amount of time. And so you have to figure out, you know, which one you want to do. Do you want to collect Kuva, or do you want to run these towers as you know, life support towers?
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
Yeah, now the biggest problem for me is, as Lotus was mentioning, it's not really the survival or even defending of the Kuva. I'm just not familiar with the Kuva Fortress map too well, so it's just finding these stupid life support towers. And eventually, you know, even though I have towers available, I just can't find them within the timeline that I'm supposed to, and so that makes it a lot more difficult to gather or do these endless missions. But in this case, I don't really mind because of the fact that I'm here really to collect Kuva and not to do a survival mission. And because of that, you know, I'm not trying to go for like you know, 45 minutes or an hour into an endless mission. I'm just trying to collect enough Kuva within a certain amount of time. So after I gather, you know, maybe 400 to 600 Kuva, then I could basically extract and start this mission all over again. And yeah, so after a few of these missions that I've done, you know, I found that basically I can make about, you know, about 1,000 Kuva points in about 20 to 30 minutes, you know, after about a couple of missions. And so yeah, for me, it's actually very useful because of the fact that I find that these it's a really nice way of collecting Kuva. Yeah, so I'm not sure about any of the other players, but I just wanted to make this short video to thank DE for yeah, creating this Kuva mission, because I'll be able to collect Kuva a lot more enjoyably using these missions. So thank you very much. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you have any comments, please post them in the comments section below. I'll make more Warframe videos in the future, and at that time, I hope you join us. And until then, happy hunting, and enjoy a nice day, everyone.